Thinking about forming an LLC in Delaware but not sure which service to trust? A lot of them look cheap up front, but once you check out, the price starts stacking up fast. So in this video, I'll show you how to choose the best Delaware LLC formation service and avoid the mistakes that cost most people extra money. Now, before we get into the services themselves, let's quickly talk about why so many people choose Delaware in the first place. It comes down to a few key advantages. Delaware has business-friendly laws, a specialized business court system, and strong legal protections for owners. It also offers a high level of privacy because in many cases, the names of LLC owners are not publicly listed in state records. And from a cost standpoint, it's relatively straightforward. The state filing fee is $110, and the main ongoing requirement is a $300 annual franchise tax due every year by June 1st. There's no annual report required for LLCs, which keeps things simpler compared to some other states. That's a big reason why a lot of entrepreneurs and investors choose Delaware. It's especially popular for startups, holding companies, and businesses planning to raise funding. So once you decide on Delaware, the next question is, how do you choose the best LLC formation service in Delaware you can actually trust to set it up the right way? If you've looked around at different Delaware LLC formation services, you've probably seen a bunch of different companies who we'll call the other guys. Most of them follow the same model. They pull you in with a really low starting price. But once you're going through checkout, you start seeing upsells for everything: your EIN, your operating agreement, compliance tools, all things you realistically need. Let's break this down with a simple example. You start with the $0 package. Add an EIN for around $70 to $80, an operating agreement for another $100, and compliance tools on top of that. Now suddenly, what looks free is costing you a few $100s. So what looked like a cheap option at first can end up costing significantly more by the end. Many of these platforms are also heavily automated, which means getting real support when you actually need it can be difficult. And because of that setup, there's a few mistakes we see over and over again. The first is choosing the cheapest option without really understanding what's included. The second is overlooking the registered agent, which is required in Delaware and plays a critical role in your business. And the third is not thinking about compliance, especially things like the $300 annual franchise tax, which must be paid every year to keep your LLC in good standing. These are the kinds of things that don't seem like a big deal up front, but can create serious problems later. So instead of focusing on just price, here's a simpler way to think about it. What you really want is a service that checks a few key boxes. You want strong value, not just a low upfront price. You want a reliable registered agent, since Delaware requires one. You want compliance support so you don't miss deadlines. And ideally, you want help with things like EIN registration and getting your business fully set up. The key is understanding what you're actually getting, so there's no surprises. If you focus on these things, the right choice becomes a lot more clear. So if you're planning to open your LLC in Delaware, then BusinessRocket is the best formation service in Delaware to handle everything without hidden fees. We keep it simple. There's a starter package where you only pay the $110 Delaware state filing fee, and everything is filed correctly for you. And one of the biggest advantages is transparency. You know exactly what you're paying for from the beginning. If you want more support, we offer packages that include your EIN, operating agreement, and ongoing compliance help, including reminders for items like your annual $300 franchise tax so you don't miss these deadlines. This is especially helpful if you're a first-time business owner or forming in Delaware for legal protection, privacy, or investment purposes. When it's all said and done, the goal isn't just to form an LLC, it's to set it up the right way from the beginning. If you're ready to do that, check the link below and get your Delaware LLC started today. Avoid the common mistakes, save yourself time, and make sure everything is done properly from day one. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments because we're here to help. We'll see you in the next video.